Fabiano Caruana crushes Hikaru Nakamura with a stunning queen sacrifice in this game. So the game was happened in London during the London Chess Classic, and the opening being played is the Sicilian defense, which is the Najrosh variation for the Sicilian defense. So once the pawn is taken, the knight takes back, and Hikaru develops his knight, and the both knights of Fabiano comes here, and the bishop goes here, which forms the Najdov variation of the Sicilian defense. So for that, the f pawn goes forward, and now the bishop is pushed back with this pawn move of Hikaru. And here, as you can see, the Hikaru's queen comes in and attacks the b2 pawn, but Fabiano just pushes the pawn now. But this b2 pawn is actually supportless, and he can take. But if he takes, the knight will immediately jump to the a4 square here, and the queen won't have any other place to go. So basically, that's why uh, this pawn is not being taken right now. So now, because the bishop came back with an extra attack on the Hikaru's queen, the queen just pushes back, and now Fabiano just develops his queen, and uh, and he just castles on the queen side basically, and immediately Hikaru launches his own attack on the queen side, and Fabiano counters it with an attack on the king side with his pawn. So now these pawns are aligned for a good game, and we mostly will have an attacking game in hand when this happens. So now the pawn got exchanged, but instead of immediately taking it back, the bishop developed the the white square bishop developed, and now Hikaru just pushes and attacks the knight, and now Fabiano had to take, otherwise the knight will be under attack, and the queen is under attack, and the queen now takes. So here the knight exchange for the pawn. Now after this move, as you can see, this is a very good move by Hikaru. But as you can see, there's a pin on both the knight and the queen, and also there is two attacks on this particular white bishop of Fabiano. So uh, he stands to lose one or two pieces. So instead of losing some pieces, his queen just takes this particular piece, that is the knight over here, and uh, Hikaru accepts it, and the game goes ahead like this, which gives us a standing attacking combination. So the knight, Fabiano's knight, just moves and attacks the queen, and the queen moves away, and both the knights are in action now. And now the bishop is taken, and after the queen takes, the rook takes with an attack on the queen. Actually, there was an option to for the knight to take, because it's a check, and there's a good attacking option, like attacking line there. So I can show you that after the game if you want to. So now, instead of moving the queen, the bishop closes the attack, and now Fabiano just doubles his rook, and Hikaru just castles his king side to keep his king safe. Now, after the pawn push allows this check over here, and Fabiano just closes the check with an attack on the queen. So here the queen goes back. He could have just taken the bishop over here, but if he takes, the knight will jump over here with an attack on with a check, and the queen will be gone. So that's why this pawn or this bishop is not being taken here. And after the queen moves here, the check happens anyway. So, and the king had to move, and the bishop positions for the attack and opens the g file for the attack. Now this rook can come over here with and attack the king, so that gives space for the rook that bishop move. So the queen moves away, and after the pawn move, now this will look like a sacrifice, but it's not a sacrifice because this pawn was supporting this bishop along with the queen. Now once this pawn is gone, we are free to take this particular bishop over here once the knight is taken on. So that's what happens. So, and there is an attack on the queen, and that free pawn offered was taken, and now there's a check on the king of Hikaru. Now from this position, actually Hikaru resigns, and I'll just show you the winning checkmate combination. And once the check is closed by the rook, the king moves to the g8 square, and the check happens, and the bishop comes in, and then the check happens again, this which leads into a checkmate. So here again there is another option for, let's say the king moves away to g8 square, then still this following combinations will happen. So after the check, the rooks get exchanged, which puts in the queen over here, and because the, after this check there is only one move. So if you put the king over here, the rook will just come in and it will be checkmate immediately. So the king had only one place to go, and that is the back rank. And after the check, the queen is gone, but he could just do this, basically deflect the king away from the queen and take the uh, queen with his rook and protect the rook. Now, as you can see, he's up by a bishop, and this pawn is going to queen, and this rook is gone anyways because you'll have to take the that particular pawn queen, and this is basically a win for Fabiano Caruana. Okay, so that's the game. So if you want to watch the other combination, that is, if in the earlier position, if you could just take it with the, instead of taking with the rook, you could just take with the knight, and after this the following combination happens, and after the check and the king moves away and the bishop goes here, but after that it just mayhem position basically for Fabiano. So, and the following combination happens, so the queen is attacked, and after the queen moves away, the check happens like this, and once the rook is taken, both rook and knight are exchanged, the check happens like this, and once these both of the rooks are on the seventh file, it's basically game over basically for the opponent. So these combinations didn't happen in the game, so I'm just showing you for academic purposes. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much. I'll upload you the next video very soon. If you haven't followed or subscribed, please do so. Thanks very much.